Oh, technology, well,
Yeah.
the most complicated or the most technological piece of equipment was the old linotype. And it drove everybody crazy, you know. In fact, the guy that invented it went crazy. But anyway, yeah, that was the one thing, you know, that was pretty technical. Of course, then you had your old flatbed printing press to print the papers on 4 pages at a time. And you flip the paper over, print the other 4 pages, then it would go through an attached folder, and you'd have a 8-page folio. And later on, when we printed 12 pages a week, well, then you had to stuff the 4-page section into the 8-page section. And a lot of handwork. Yeah, a lot of assembling and a lot more manual labor. I think one thing I'm sure these older printers will remember, those page forms of a page of a newspaper, depending on how big a page, but most of them were pretty nearly the same size. Those would weigh over 100 pounds a piece,
Oh, wow.
the form. And you have to pick that up and carry it over to the bed of the press and put it down. I couldn't do it now. I couldn't even budget. But even little skinny me had to do that then. You didn't think anything of it. And you had to tote a lot of paper, you know, and big old bundles of paper and stuff. So there was a lot of manual labor. And then every week you had to smelt down that lead that went back in the linotype. And you pour pigs. A pig was a long piece of lead that, you know, that you'd form that would be fed into the linotype. And so when you smelted down that lead, a lot of heat, a lot of hot lead that you might get burned on, and a lot of stuff to lift, and it was messy. You had to wear big gloves so you didn't get burned.
Oh, wow.
So now all you little girls, you sit by a computer, you never get your hands dirty, and I'm jealous. Yeah, well, I'm glad it's behind us, but it was quite an experience.